Hiya, welcome to today's bit of composing. We're going Gothic and Orchestral today. Don't forget there's loads more of these on a playlist somewhere over there, and like and subscribe, always appreciated. Let's get on with it. I'll put this in the description of the video, but the brief says we're diving into the dark, dramatic, elegant side of Halloween with Gothic and orchestral cues. So Gothic cathedrals, spooky atmospheres, grand cinematic orchestral approach. Musically, we're thinking organs, choirs, strings, dramatic brass, dark harmonies, minor tonalities, stuff like that. So think of exploring Gothic mansions on ghost adventures, for example. Okay, what I'm going to do is not compose anything on the piano, I don't think. This is going to turn into a soundscape piece, I think. So I'm going to have a play around and see what I can find for a main instrument that might be able to carry us through this. So I'll see you when I found that. Oh, that was surprisingly easy. I went and played with Vocalize 3 from Heaviosity, and you can get different combinations of sounds here. So I've started with this sort of combination. And then changes to this. So some really nice dark undertones going on there. Now we need to find some stuff to layer it with. Well, there was the suggestion of using strings, so I've used Crowhill String Murmurations, Fall to Surrender here. So we've got this sound. Nice evolving set of strings, quite nice and low. And also I have combi leads from Contemporary Drama Toolkit, and I've put the vast impulse engine on it to give it some depth. So we've got these sounds. So that's mimicking what the voices are doing in Vocalize as well. So we sort of get this effect. Quite nice. I wonder what else I can find. Well, I found some Paddy sounds. The first one being Oliver Arnold's Stratus, the synth matrix Swarms, which gives us this sound. And you can vary the notes that you're playing and it adapts as you go along. So here you'll hear a change. And again. So that's fun to play with. The other thing I found was in Gravity 2 a bowed piano, which is this sound, which builds and grows, quite ominous. Okay, I think we probably need to think about some sort of percussion next. Yep, definitely found some percussion. The obvious one to go with was a bit of Damage 2. I've gone for the organic cinematic low loops to start with, which is this. Not overly busy. And secondly, from Gravity 2, we've got the Ice Kingdom sound, which does this. Put them together, and I've made this a bit more melodic, so as it goes along we are changing. Don't worry, I'll play the whole thing at the end so you can hear it all in context. I think there's probably some more sounds. I'm thinking church organ next maybe. See you in a sec. Well, definitely managed to find an organ in the Contact Factory library. Organ KH Floten 1, and it sounds like this. All I've done is actually made this change its notes twice as often as the Ice Kingdom. So that stays on its own note, but then the organ changes. So that gives it a bit of extra movement, which we might find useful. I'm going to have a little think if there's anything else I want to throw at this, but it's coming together as quite a nice little soundscape at the moment. So see you in a minute. Well, there's loads of fun stuff out there when you start looking. This is from eDNA Earth from Spitfire, called the Seaborgian Breath Effects. It just adds a little bit of extra mystery. And then I've controlled this with the modulation wheel to change how the different effects work as it goes along. It's a good example of making sure that you do move your modulation wheel to the point you want before the note starts, because otherwise, if you stopped your track somewhere over here and there wasn't a trigger before the note started, it would start at whatever level you previously finished it on. So that's always handy to remember. And the last thing I did was just find some transitions to pop in. These are just short transitions from Damage using the organics again. And again here. And then we've got a reverse at the end. So that's all come together quite nicely. I think there's plenty to be getting on with. In part 2, we'll structure it into a full cue. I'll play it for you as a bit of an outro. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.